Today's episode of the show is all about culture. We all come from somewhere. We have a community, a language, something that we learned from the place where we come from. Do you have a language? How do you say good morning in your traditional language? I come from a culture, and I'm sure you too come from one. Are you proud of your culture? Are you proud of your roots? What are you doing to portray that cultural background that you come from? Is it through music? Is it through dressing? Is it through art? My guest on today's episode of the show does wonders with a paintbrush. She is a multiple award winning artist. She is a paint artist. Somebody who found her craft when she was only 9 years old. Today, she has gone to paint top celebrities. She's here to share her story with us.
Welcome to my studio. Just want to talk a little bit about what I do and why I do it. The work that I do typically reflects beautiful African culture. And for as long as I can remember, I've always loved being an African. I was 9 years old when I left Cameroon and moved to London. And people always ask me, but why do you still want to paint all these things in Africa, Cameroon, Nigeria? I don't know. It's just something that is, I guess, my calling. You know, I love being an African. I want to show, the world how beautiful African culture is, and also a way to have people travel to see for themselves. There's such a range of foods, such a range of languages, such a range of, different cultures. I painted in the beginning just to, get to know the techniques. There are other paintings that show more detail, other paintings that do, different things. But, initially I was painting just to get the grasp of what painting is, to get different techniques, to understand colors. But later on, I wanted my paintings to have specific meanings, like to really be meaningful. So when you put a painting, it's like, okay, it's taking you back home. Or, oh my God, the colors are beautiful and it makes me want to do this. Or the Antigua symbols, which are meaningful. These other paintings are about, hope and beauty. Each of these Antigua symbols, which derive traditionally from Ghana, but they're also all the way around West Africa as well. But they are derived from Ghana. They all mean something so beautiful. So, every little, aspects of the things that I want to do, I want them to tie back to Africa and for people to enjoy the cultures within Africa. Africa is my inspiration, and I tend to travel home and to other African countries to see. What I paint is typically what I see. So I could be walking on the street and see a moment and capture that moment and then want to replicate it. I could be going to the market and seeing a woman walking with the baby on the back. Ooh, I want that moment. The reason why my work resonates with a lot of people is because it's something that they could have seen. It's something that they may have seen in the village or in the city in Africa. Or, for me, it's not a secret, it's just a way of being, just being accepting of others, being authentic. I actually go by this motto called authenticity is everything. If you follow me on social media, you will see that I say that quite often, how being authentic is everything. Yes, so whilst I am Cameroonian, I am also, in a way, British because I grew up in London. right? Because I got a lot of the British ness, so I cannot say that I'm 100% Cameroonian. That would not be authentic because I did not really grow up in Cameroon. So my authenticity is being Cameroonian, yes, and knowing the culture and loving the culture, but also being from England. And now, where I travel, where I am now, I'm also moving that into my being. So my motto in life is about being as authentic as you possibly can because, everyone is a unique, beautiful being. And by accepting your authenticity, you're allowing others to enjoy and accept you. So that is my little secret that I carry around with me everywhere, being as authentic as you possibly can be. Every artist has to have their own style. And I love hats. I love jewelry. I love interesting, fabulous clothes. So I guess why not? When I do exhibitions, I can have 20 people come to talk to me about and my work because I look interesting, because I look cool, because I look so, of course, it's something that enhances you, pulls in people who are inquisitive about what you're wearing. And so, yeah, but apart from that, I mean, I love being creative in how I put my things together. As an artist, I look at composition as a whole, and it's always nice to have something that pops. Something that is going to be like, ooh, I love styling myself. I like styling others. I actually used to style people, but then that's another thing which I can't do with, painting takes a lot of me. So I love being able to create in a variety of ways. So of course, when I dress, I would dress in a way, I would try to create art with myself in the way that I dress. It's been amazing over the years to have gathered the momentum that I have gathered, and people are now really loving, and wanting to actually have paintings of Africa, something that will take them back home, something that is just meaningful. I continue to aspire to want to do even more. I aspire to want to continue producing, beautiful work, enriching work, that would continue inspiring as many people as I possibly can.
Hey, Shiri.
Hello.
You always bring the magic in the room.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
And it never gets old talking to you, Shiri.
It doesn't.
There's always something new, refreshing, inspiring about having you on the show.
Thank you. Thank you
and
so
you
much.
carry your culture
Yes.
on your sleeves
Yes.
everywhere you go.
Yes, I do. I'm very proud. Cameroon, like I've said 101 times.
Before we start our show,
Yeah.
we want our guests to pledge. We have a pledge on the show.
Okay.
And the pledge is just you simply looking in the camera over there and making a promise to us that you would have fun, that you would be as open as you can, okay? And that you hope that you can be able to inspire somebody out there. So take it away.
I, Shiri Achu, pledge to have a lot of fun, to be as open as I can be on this show, and to inspire others to pursue their dreams.
Okay. Thank you for that. So what are you wearing today?
Today I am wearing togo, a little bit of togo with black.
What is
That's
the
it.
beat? Is that
This-
beat from...
This is beads that I bought recently in Cameroon, actually.
Oh!
Yes, I bought this. I went to
Wow.
the markets, I saw them, and I had 5 minutes to go. I was went to the airport, and I just had to get them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's really amazing.
Thank you.
So, Shiri, how do you come up with your style? When I look at you, there's always something different, something new, magical.
Thank
I
you.
love the way you put your pieces together, and I
Thank
never
you.
seem to get it.
Thank you. Well, maybe that's just the artistic in me, you know.
Are you sure you don't have like some designing background, something that
Well,
you're not telling
I
us?
am also an architect.
Okay.
So I guess that has to play with, designing and putting things together. And I've dabbled in some interior design, and I have actually styled people before in London.
Okay.
I used to do styling. But I found it a little bit stressful because what I thought was looking amazing on some people. They were like, can we just, so it's like, okay. But it's great when my clients loved, the outcome, but there were some clients who were a little bit, but art is my thing anyway. I love painting.
Have you had people come to you and compliment you about the way you dress?
Yes.
Like, have they just said, are you an artist? Like, have they just guessed like that?
Yes. I have.
How does that make you
all
feel?
The time. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I am, what I do is reflective in everything that I do. And that's a great thing.
And so I want us to talk about the full circle. I know we had talked about that sometime when you did your virtual art exhibition.
Yes.
You had Angie Stone.
Yes.
On your virtual art exhibition, girl.
Yes.
The Angie Stone.
It was awesome. So I had done a painting for her, which she called me on stage to sort of embrace me and say it's wonderful and thank me. And then she said, you have passed to all my concerts from here on, and then I had this virtual exhibition due to COVID. And then I wasn't able to have my normal annual exhibition. So typically I would go every year to a new country.
Okay.
But because of COVID, I wasn't able to. And that's the reason why I had the online exhibition. And I was able to invite her for my online exhibition. And she
came.
And she came. We had a conversation online. She told me that she has a painting in her living room on top of a piano.
Wow.
And she loves it. And yeah, it was great. I mean, it's online. You can see it. If you go to day 7 of the online exhibition, you'll be able to see it.
And that's on Shiri Achu Art?
That's Shiri Achu Art.
Page?
Yes.
On Facebook, on YouTube?
Facebook, yes. If you go capitalized Shiri Achu Art, you'll be able to see day 7 is the interview with Angie Stone.
Okay. So how did Angie get to know that you did a painting of her?
Because I presented it to her.
Okay.
Yeah.
On what occasion?
So it was her concert. So Angie Stone, it's a bit of a...
I'm trying to get it because the Angie Stone, she's not an ordinary person that you just meet every day and say, hey, I have a painting of you.
Yes. So
how was that meeting made?
Angie Stone was the very first album that I had bought when I was a teenager. Okay. So I paint with her music. So she means a lot to me. She has inspired my growth. She's inspired me when I paint. So, when I heard that she was in town, I wanted to do her a special gift. So when I went, I did. And, they invited me up. Well, when she saw the painting, she said, oh my God, you have to come up. And, she gave me in front of in the middle of her concert. So it was,
Where was this concert?
This was somewhere in Virginia. I can't remember exactly the location, but it was somewhere,
So you got a ticket for Angie Stone concert because you wanted to meet her?
Yes.
So did you actually meet her team and get a pass or permission to meet her? Or did you just stay in the crowd?
I got her team. That's how I'm able to contact her for the online exhibition and things like that. Yes. So I went backstage. I mingled with her and
How was that experience for you? I know you're a celebrity from Cameroon already, but how was it like for you meeting a world-class celebrity like Angie Stone?
Amazing. Like I said, because she was the very first musician's album that I had ever bought. It meant a lot to me, And I told her, she went, oh my goodness me, because imagine the very first album that you save your money as a teenager, and then you finally buy the album and then you're finally meeting her and she's embracing you. She's saying, oh my God, your work is amazing. It's full circle. It was wonderful.
Oh my word. Yeah. I can only imagine the joy that you had.
Yeah.
And so you and her kept this relationship that's been going on and on and on.
Yes.
How does it feel that your art is able to touch hearts all over the world?
It's amazing. It's I thank God for the gift. And I thank God particularly for the love that he instilled in me. So my paintings, away from Angie Stone and other portraits that I do, my paintings typically depict Africa culture.
Okay.
I love to showcase the beautiful, different aspects of Africa culture. Okay. So what I do is every year I'd go to a new country and I'll exhibit the paintings, and people from different parts of the world will get to know about the Maasai, about the Yoruba, about the, Bamenda people. They'll get to know somehow through the paintings. And that really inspires me when
when those people buy those paintings, for example, when I had an exhibition in Australia, and this Australian bought the Bafuchu painting,
Oh, wow.
and now he has that painting in his he's a professor, maybe he had it at home or in his workspace. But people ask him, so what is this? Who are these people? And then he will explain, and then they get to know a little bit about Bafuchu people. That is what makes my heart sing. That is what makes me so fulfilled in doing what I do.
So where did this love for painting come from? I know you said it started when you were 9 years old.
Yeah.
But for it to grow to this extent and for you to bag all these awards and have all these recognitions, where did this whole inspiration come from at that early age?
My brother told me that I found the tools in the back of the house.
Okay.
So it just so happened that apparently there were tools and I found them, and I knew that I had to paint. I knew that I hadn't seen anyone painting.
Okay.
And I don't know where it came from. I guess it's just something that God downloaded, like he usually does,
Yeah.
He says, okay, my daughter, you will paint, eh? And then this way you will go to other countries and explain, eh? So I think I get the downloads and then I just execute them.
Right. How was it like with your parents at home? Were they supportive of
Yes.
at that young age?
Yes.
I know that you had to finish school because that was like a prerequisite for you to do
every
whatever
African,
you wanted
of course.
So how was the support like at home?
Amazing. My mother is amazing. My father is too, but my mother is particularly amazing because she encouraged it.
Okay.
She said, "I'll get you a teacher to teach you about perspective and other things."
Wow.
She did. My father says, "Okay, my daughter, yes, you're doing very good, very nice, very nice." But my mother actually, did something to hone in the skill and to push it forward. So it was great. I had a very good supportive, and being a middle child, I was not expected to lead the others. I was not the eldest to say, okay, look, everybody must follow this example. So I could be a little bit more, do what I want.
Okay, so you had all the support that you needed. Did you ever face any challenges in your career as an artist?
Oh, yes, of course. Every time I go to have an exhibition, I cry. At the end of it, I cry, yes, of joy because, these people have also... No, I take that. Let me rephrase that. When I exhibit where it's challenging financially, because exhibitions are not cheap, you have to somehow pay for the gallery space. You have to pay for this. You have to carry your work over. You have to buy the frames. You have to buy, so I do prints of my work. So because I want them to be affordable and transportable because I travel with the painters. So it becomes very expensive. And a lot of the times I find that I spend all my money and then I'm broke, apart from when people start buying the paintings, when I have finally gotten there and then, people have purchased and that's making my heart sing. And then I get back to life. But I find that it's so expensive doing what I do, like having to travel. So this year, should I let the bag out? Should I tell you where I'm going?
Let the cat out of the bag.
Should I do
bring
that?
it on,
Should
girl.
I do
Bring
that?
it on.
So this year, I am traveling
This is an exclusive, right?
Yes. I'm going to South Africa.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I've never been, so I'm very excited because I haven't.
And this is going to be what print version?
This is 43 in print.
43 in print.
Yes.
Reminding you that she has had...
I started with 35 in print London, 36 in print DC, Australia, Toronto.
And it's been different countries the time.
Each one is a different country. So this year is South Africa.
So before we even get to talking a little bit more about South Africa, because I'd like you to throw more light on that, what has the experience going from all these countries, what has it taught you? What do you get from each of those experiences?
It has taught me, it has made me love people more.
Okay.
It has shown me how to approach and with different types of people. It has, shown me that the world is such a big place and I'm just this little spectacle, so therefore don't take my life too seriously. Don't be too, because I'm just this little speck in the spectrum of things. But overall, it has shown me that people love my work, which is a great thing to take, after traveling to all these places. And it's a good encouragement for me to keep doing what I do.
Yeah. And so I know that you take your culture to these people. What do you take back from them? What have been some of the most touching things or most memorable things that you have taken from each of those places you visit?
Okay. So I did not do an print exhibition in Thailand, but I have exhibited in Thailand before.
Okay.
And the food. I take back, in Thailand, I take back the food. The food is amazing. Hong Kong, I have not done a print exhibition there, but when I travel, we're talking about traveling or particularly the exhibitions.
What you get from them, because you take your culture.
Okay, so it should be about... Take culturally so the music, the music, the style, the food, particularly the food, and, the music. Tokyo, I should not talk about Hong Kong because I do not exhibit there.
Okay.
But yes, I always take back, there's always something to take back from a different culture.
Welcome back, everybody, to Spotlight with Gwendy. On the show, we talk to people, personalities, and professionals from all around the world, from all walks of life, who have a story, an experience, a journey to share. My guest in today's episode is multiple award-winning painter, originally from Cameroon, moved a little bit with the parents because they traveled a lot across the world from diplomatic home, right? And then she landed in the United States. But what you don't know about her is that she is an architect. So was becoming an architect like an added thing to your art? Why did you choose that field?
I actually wanted to be both. Okay. So right now, I think I'm living my best life.
Okay.
Because I am being an artist and an architect. I saw my uncle when he visited us in London many years ago, and I saw him rolled the pieces of paper on the table, and he was designing and drawing. I'm saying, I want to be like you one day, because it's creative, it's designing. So I knew that I was always going to paint. I knew that it was something that you couldn't, I'll always find a way to paint, even if I was being a doctor or anything else. I knew that I would still find my way to paint. So I wanted to go study something. Exactly. So I went to study architecture 7 years, and then when I finished, I was actually painting some of the buildings that I was designing at university.
Wow.
Yes. I painted some buildings, and then so I guess I always wanted to be both.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you had to choose between architecture,
what a question!
and painting,
are you really going to ask me that question?
If you had to choose, which one would you choose? Because I know architecture probably gives you more of the cash.
Architecture
is more of your passion, so you have to choose between the two.
So I can't live without not being able to paint.
You can't live?
I cannot live without not being able to paint.
Wow.
But I can live without doing architecture. So I guess that answers the question.
Just answer the question, because you're confusing us. Like, just tell us. I choose painting.
I can't,
any day, anytime.
Because I also love architecture. I love the security it also brings. Architecture, I know that I'm going to get a paycheck at the end of, with art, you have an exhibition, one person may buy a painting, or, you just don't know what you're going to get after spending everything. So but at least with architecture, you're still designing. I still love designing beautiful buildings, going through the whole process and meeting clients, amazing people with money who can help you live a good life. So I like that aspect of architecture. But to say, yes, being an artist is my first love, I guess, because I wanted to paint when I was 9.
Okay.
So I guess that's a deeper passion.
That was a long answer. That you choose painting over architecture.
But I love being an architect too. That's what I'm saying. Yes. But not only that, I could be designing something at 3 o'clock in the morning because I'm enjoying it.
Okay.
Not only that, I also have a passion for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So would you say that this is a lucrative job? I mean, in terms of encouraging others who love painting to get into it, would you say, hey, get into it because there's the mola in it, or get into it because you love it so much, you want to put a message out, you want to do this and that?
Okay, so with art, please do not get into art if you think, if you are extremely gifted and very different and you have great amount of luck, and then art is your thing because you can sell a painting for 10 million and then that's your life set. But if you're like others who have to work and have exhibitions, and sometimes
you may or may not sell.
Mhm.
It gets very hard. There is a reason why they say that they're struggling artists, because artists do struggle. You know, you do a painting, you think it's amazing, you put it out there, and no one looks at it. Everyone says, "What is this?" You know,
because it's expensive, or
I mean,
just don't have.
You don't have the appreciation. Yes, I guess it depends where you are. Some people may have the appreciation but still not like your work. You know, I've been blessed. The other way around for me, I sell prints at quite reasonable prices. And I was exhibiting at the House of Parliament in London, I remember. And the lady, she's a lady who came and she said, I told her the price of the painting and she wrote me a check of slightly more. I'm like, wow, not slightly, actually a lot more. I'm like, wow.
That's like how much?
She said, oh, because it's worth a lot more. So I was very impressed and I'm very grateful because, you know, sometimes if you have, people equate the value of what something is to the amount they spend on it.
Right.
So she wanted to give me what she felt was the right, you know, so I was blessed in that sense for me. But most often artists will struggle, you know, so really, 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 you go into art when you love it, when you know that you can sleep, when you know that, you know, even if you don't eat and you're doing your craft, you're still going to be blessed and happy, you know?
Have you ever wanted to just drop the brush?
No.
Maybe because of financial challenges or what you go through, traveling with paintings, no sales.
No.
Have you ever felt like, I've got enough, I've had enough of
No.
it. I'm going to drop this
No,
brush.
no, because I have a lot of people who write to me and says, well done, you're inspiring me. Can you please mentor me? Can you do this? Can you, you know? And that is all. I feel I'm obligated somehow to those people now to keep going, to keep, you know, and that's not the reason why I do it. But it's if it's inspiring others and, you know, it's motivating and enriching, you know, wanting other young girls to pursue their passions, I think that I feel like I need to keep doing this. Yeah.
Let's talk about your award. You have an award that you just received.
Yes.
Very prestigious award. Tell us about that briefly.
It's a cultural award from the Prince George's Advisory Board County. But yeah, it was amazing because I was just called and told that I was receiving this award, and it means a lot to be recognized, you know, by the community. It means a lot to you know that I'm doing something which is positive, you know, promoting culture, and it's great that people are recognizing that culture is a beautiful. I mean, I used to go around always dressed in my regalia, and people used to say, "Oh," but it's great that more and more people are appreciating culture. It's for me, it's a great thing that, you know, when I see people, you know, not just the funny thing is, whilst I'm Cameroonian and I really doing myself in, I also love it when I see a South African dressed in South African. You know, I love it when I see a Kenyan. Like I love it when I see people who are proud of their heritage and they wear it and they're
Proud of who they are.
Exactly. I just love that. So I am glad that more and more people are seeing and appreciating that aspect of, you know, being proud of your heritage.
You have a challenge coming up.
I do.
I know you didn't want to talk about that challenge,
I do.
but we promised that we would just let them in on
a little bit. Sure.
So just briefly tell us, what is this challenge all about?
Okay.
With your friend from South Africa.
Yes. So I recently did a photo shoot with a friend of mine, Jessica Mbangeni. She's from South Africa. And some of the photographs you may see floating on Facebook. So that it's the photographs are really of me dressed in my full togo, and of her also dressed in her South African regalia. And so the challenge is actually for people to team together. So if you're Nigerian, team with Kenyan. If you're Kenyan, team with Ugandan. If you're Ugandan, team with, you know, and take your fiercest pictures together and send that to me, because in about 3 months I'll be having an online exhibition of the paintings that Jessica and I have taken. You may see 2 pictures, but you have not seen anything yet. Once the exhibition is there, so I would also want to include a couple of the 5 of the pictures from the challenge. You know, if people take to the challenge and they send really amazing pictures, then we're going to choose the best 5 to include in the exhibition.
So is it like a culture swap?
It's in a way, no. This is
encouraging people to swap cultures and see what it looks like and take pictures.
We're encouraging people to wear
Wear your pride.
Wear
Wear
your
culture
pride.
with
Wear your pride and stand with your other
Okay.
country.
Wear your culture with
Wear
pride.
your culture with pride.
Alongside.
With your so wear your full regalia, the traditional wear.
Yeah.
Have your friend, your brother, your sister, your mother, your son wear, or someone else with a different culture to wear their own, regalias, and then you take a picture together. Fierce picture together, and then that hopefully will be included in the exhibition.
Welcome back to Spotlight with Gwendy. On the show, we talk to people, personalities, and professionals from all over the world whose stories surely should inspire you because of the challenges, the journeys, and all whatnot, so that you can be hopefully impacted and, most importantly, believe that your dreams are valid. Joining me today in studio, as you have seen, she's been sharing her story with us, Shiri Achu Art, a young girl, 9 years old. That was when her fire for painting started. She just found paintbrushes at random at home, fell in love with it. Today, she is also an architect and a painter. And we challenged her to find out if she had to choose between these two, which one would she choose? And she was indecisive. She said she loves art, but she loves the architecture money. So that's life, right? I guess we go for what really lights our soul. But the truth is, she mixes all that beautifully. So Shiri, what lights your soul up about what you do?
What lights my soul? What makes my heart smile? When people from a different culture, completely different culture, buy my work.
Oh.
Because it means they appreciate my culture. It means they appreciate culture. It means they're going to place it in their house and they're going to explain to the next person who comes, who is inquisitive enough to want to find out, what is that? And then they're going to explain, and that's one extra person in the world who now knows about the painting, about the culture, or whether it was the Yoruba painting or the Kenyan painting or the Cameroonian painting. That is now one person who has learned about something else, about a different culture, which makes my heart smile.
Now, before we go, we always want you to end the show with a power word, an inspirational word that hopefully somebody out there would feel empowered by.
Okay. So with me, and I think with a lot of people, if you listen keenly, we are given direction. God, I will call my God, right? And He speaks with me. So it's for me, it's listen to the messages that are being downloaded to you and take it. Once you have been directed to do something, take it and know that you can accomplish it. Work hard. To all the little girls, or all the people in Cameroon who write to me and say, can I mentor them? It's great to follow through with what you're inspired, what you love to do, because that's number one. When you do what you love to do, you live a fulfilled life. You sleep at 4:00 and you're not even tired, but you have to sleep. So number one is to follow, what your heart tells you that you should do. And then, of course, one has to work very hard. It's not just that you're going to sit down and think, okay, it's going to come to me. You have to, put in all the work that you have to put in order to get exactly. Because if you could imagine that you're going to be painting and being in this gallery in 2 years or 4 years or 5 years, you have to start making the steps to get to that place. So, and have faith. Know that you will accomplish it. Just know that, whatever I think you say this a lot. Whatever you think you can be, you can actually
think it.
You can do it. Exactly.
Exactly. And thank you so much for stopping by our brand new home.
Yes, this is awesome.
This has been a big dream for me.
It's awesome. It's heavy. I'm so proud of you, by the way. I think I should tell you that. I think I should tell you that I'm so proud of you. What you're accomplishing.
Thank you.
Promoting others. You're inspirational to many. Thank you for doing and being you.
Oh, thank you, Shiri. You're gonna make me cry. But thank you for being on our show today. I guess we can touch now because COVID is almost gone. But thank you guys so much for stopping by. We do hope that you were inspired today. Here we talk to people, personalities, and professionals from all over the world who have a story that could inspire, that could empower. Hopefully, this story inspired you to go after your dreams. Hey, don't forget to follow us on all of our social media, subscribe to our YouTube, turn on the notification, and join the family. So if you've already done that, welcome home. This is home. See you next week. God bless you. Bye-bye.